Alright, so this question is from the book, and as I said, in the test and textbook, they do this question a little differently, but I'm going to show you another way to the book that you could do this. So it starts with the second general equation of the circle, which is x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. And that is the general equation for any circle out there, and that's equal to 0. So what we can do here, because we have these points, A, which is 2, 1, we actually have the x and the y coordinates for the circle at those points. Now, if you remember, when something is on a circle or on a line or on a curve, that means that those coordinates satisfy the equation that we have here. So what I'm doing is I'm identifying my x values and identifying my y values, and I'm going to sub them in. So instead of x squared, I have 2 squared plus 1 squared plus 2g by 2 plus 2f by 1 plus c then, which we don't know. And tidying that up then, we're going to get 4 plus 1 plus 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to 0. Adding those together then, we would get 5, and I can move it over to the other side so that I get 4g plus 2f plus c minus 5 then on the other side. So that's our first equation given to us from the general equation of the circle. Now, if we have three unknowns, g, f, and c here, we're going to need to find at least two other equations to solve that. So how could we get two other equations to be able to have three equations in three unknowns? So what I could do is use the other point, which was b. So b was equal to 0, 5. So we're going to substitute that right back into our other equation. So putting that in, we're going to have our x values in the red here. So let me just color coordinate that for us. So our x values are in the red and our y values in the green. So every time that we have an x value, we're going to replace it with 0. So 0 squared plus 5 squared plus 2g x becomes 0 and 2fy becomes 5 plus c. So now we are just going to tidy this up. So we have 0 plus 25 plus 0 plus 2f by 5 is 10f plus c is equal to 0. Rearranging that then and tidying it up, we're going to get 25 plus 10f plus c is equal to 0. So 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. So here's equation number 2. So I'm going to put that in a box so it's easier to find. And just to labour the point again, that the reason that we can do this is because we are trying to find the equation of the circle which contain these points. So remember, if a point is on a line, on a curve, or on a circle, then it will satisfy that equation. So we're able to do that for A and B because they are points on the circle, and C is also a point on the circle. So we're then going to substitute in the next value, which is c minus 1, 2, into the equation, because again, that is on the circle. So writing this out, we've got minus 1, 2 going into the exact same equation as before. So I'm going to copy and paste it to speed things up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to substitute in our x and our y values. So the green is the y values and the red the x values here. So we just substitute it in. So we have minus 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 2g by minus 1 plus 2f by 2 plus c is equal to 0. So tidying that up then, what we're going to get is 1 plus 4, that should be a minus, so minus 2g plus 4f plus c is equal to 0. So just tidying that up then, this is what we get out. And we can rearrange it again so that we have our g, f, and c on one side and our 5 on the other. So there we go, there's our third equation with the three unknowns. So now it might not be clear immediately what we need to do, so I'm just going to place all of my equations together. So we'll just get the third equation here. We need to get the second equation that we found there and bring that down. And then our very first equation, which we had here, 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to minus 5. So now we have them all together, you can possibly see that what we're expected to do is to do a simultaneous equation. Now looking at this a little bit closer, you can see that actually one of them is already sorted for us. It's already in two variables. So we're focusing on these two equations together to try and get them down from 3 variables or 3 unknowns down to 2. So what I could do there is I'm going to copy both of them down, and I'm going to change the top line by multiplying it by 2. So you'll see why in a second. So this gives me minus 4g plus 8f plus 2c is equal to minus 10. And the bottom line I'm not going to change, so I'm going to leave that as 4g plus 2f plus c is equal to minus 5. So we don't have to do any more changes, we can actually combine them as they are. So minus 4g plus 4g is going to go to 0, the 8f and the 2f are going to give me 10f, and the 2c and the c are going to give me 3c, and then I'm going to get minus 15 when I do that out. Now there is my second equation. Now that's going to allow me to combine that with the other equation with 2 unknowns, which was 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. Combine those two together, and what do we get? So we'll just write them out. 10f plus c is equal to minus 25, and then 10f plus c, 3c is equal to minus 15. So I'm going to change the top line just by changing all of the signs, and I do that by multiplying by minus 1, and I'm not going to change the bottom line at all. So I have 10f plus 3c is equal to minus 15. So I'm just doing a simultaneous equation with 3 unknowns. So adding those two lines together now, 2c is equal to 10, so c must be equal to 5. So there is one of the unknowns that we were looking for. So there's c now. So I go back to one of the ones with 2 and I put the c back in. So I'm going to have the 10f plus 3c is equal to minus 15. Or we can take the other one, 10f plus c is equal to minus 25. And we fill in c now. So all I've done there is replace the letter c, which we know is 5, into the equation that we had. So that gives us 10f plus 5 is equal to minus 25. Subtract 5 from both sides and I get 10f is equal to minus 30. So that means that f must be equal to minus 3. And there is the second thing I was looking for. So 2 out of 3 things I've now found. So I can now find the third thing, the third variable, by using the f here, which was minus 3, and the c, which was 5. So I need to go and get the equation in f, g and c, so the one with all 3 of them. And I'm going to just copy one of those down here. And now I know what my f is, and I know what my c is. And we just fill in the values. So we have 4g plus 2f, which is going to be 2 by minus 3, plus 5 is equal to minus 5. 4g plus 2 by minus 3 is minus 6, plus 5 is equal to minus 5. And then we have 4g minus 1 is equal to minus 5. Add 1 to both sides and we get 4g is equal to minus 4. And we've g is equal to minus 1 then. So now we have G, F and C, and we should know that these are significant letters in terms of the circle. So what we can do with it is write them out for ourselves. So we can write G is equal to minus 1, F is equal to minus 3, yeah, so minus 3, and then C was equal to 5. And we can then substitute that back into the original equation, which was x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. And that is going to give us the equation of the circle, the specific one. So we're moving from general to specific terms. So I'm just subbing in what I know for each of the letters now. And tidying that up, I get x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 6y plus 5 is equal to 0. And there's my equation of my circle.